What a gorgeous morning it is here. Getting ready for the morning briefing, walking down to the beach. Thanks for joining me. Let's get started. Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to the morning briefing. It was a nice walk down here. It is barely breaking with the sunrise just starting to happen and that big bright full moon. It's a gorgeous morning. Last night it was really blowing. It was really windy. Take a look. Big bright full moon tonight in Southern California, but a lot of wind along with it. This wind is following a little bit of rain we had this morning, pushing the front out of here. It's supposed to blow itself out by the morning, so I think we just have to endure this for a few more. It did calm down. There's no wind here at all. It's chilly, no question about it. And being down here in my swim trunks and bare feet is kind of a stupid thing to do, but it seems to get the blood flowing every single morning. We got a great show for you because we got a lot to cover. Great big old shark down south of the border, big mako shark. You're going to get a look at that. Some really nice local fishing. We'll cover Cabo, Cedros, and everything else. You know, I forgot my coffee. I left it up there. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning brief. All right, everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't toast. I expect you to toast me. I can smell the coffee. I can smell it right now, so it's great to be with you all. All right, we got a lot to cover with you. Let's jump into it and take you down to Cabo San Lucas and the Wild and Sack. That's my friend Sean Morgan. Captain Morgan, as he is well known, has run boats here for several decades. Now he's down there in San Jose del Cabo, and he files in reports all the time. Incidentally, what a rig the Wild and Sack is. You can jump on board there when you go down to Cabo or San Jose del Cabo, which is very close. And man, I don't care whether you want to go out and catch a bunch of fish or go on a whale watch or a sunset cruise, the Wild and Sack is for you, as you can well see. Sean says that fishing down there in Cabo is still down, not all that great. It's kind of windy down there. There's a few striped marlin being taken, a few dorado, but a lot of guys are staying on the beach and catching sierras and rooster fish, just picking away at that kind of stuff. It'll get back on track again. You know, you look back about 3 weeks and it was full speed, great marlin fishing. Morgan made a 40-mile run and found marlin coming to the stern of the Wild and Sack, and you know, kind of like a trout pond. You drop your bait down and you get a bite. It was exciting, fun stuff. We'll keep our eyes on the bite down there and keep you informed. Cedros Island, of course, well known for the great yellowtail action they have there, but right now they are catching some big halibut, occasional white sea bass, good calico bass fishing, and there's yellows around as we move into spring. Of course, that bite is going to get rocking and rolling. Speaking of spring, I just want to make mention of the fact that there is still a ton of, what am I looking at over there? Is that a sea lion that just came up on the beach? We'll go check it in a second. But there is still a ton of squid all throughout the local waters here, and that squid is a magnet that is going to produce some really excellent springtime fishing. At least that is my prediction. It should be really good up there in the Channel Islands, but we are also seeing a lot of squid at Catalina and San Clemente, Santa Barbara Island, Nicholas, squid everywhere. And the Chinese market was shut down, so there's no exportation of that market squid, or very little, going to China right now. That means that the little squiddies are left to have fun out there, spawn, die, but provide the magnet that brings in all those great sport fish. So I'm thinking we're gonna have a great spring. We've got a 2-day trip on the Apollo, almost full. That's gonna be great at the end of May into the 1st of June. You know, 2 days on the Apollo, stateroom, accommodations. That's gonna be a great trip. If you want our charter list, by the way, we still have a few openings. Just send me a text to 657-227-6459 and I'll send you the list. That's all you got to do, and we'll get it off to you. All right, down south of the border, San Luis de Gonzaga, Bahia San Luis de Gonzaga, which is a little south of San Felipe. Check out that big old mako shark that swam underneath this pongo. Wow, that's a big one, and they did hook the thing, but not for long. Those things are really tough. All right, let's keep moving you up. San Quintin area, there's some good yellowtail action on the yo-yo iron in San Quintin, which is 140 miles down below the border. We continue to see good rock fishing down there in that neck of the woods also. San Diego-based boats are going to Punta Colinet. That's a $120 down the Baja coast from the border, 120 miles. They are catching good rockfish down there. The wind knocked the trips out over last weekend, but the Pegasus and several other boats are pointing their bow down that way, and they're going to see if they can catch more of all of that great rock fishing that they have down there. They've had a signal of yellowtail, but any huge bite with any kind of consistency has yet to manifest itself. So we'll continue to watch that, and I'll tell you, that can get going. You get that mix of great rock fishing and then those yellows biting. That's good. Pacific Dawn is going to run a 2.5-day trip, and they're pointed toward kind of 145-mile area where there's been bluefin tuna seen by boats coming back and through there. So we're going to be watching that very, very closely. Might get a look at some early season BFT. That would not shock me, would not surprise me. That bluefin tuna, at least for now, just seems to not want to go anywhere. I think that's just a log or something, but we will go check it out in just a second. All right, so really, really interesting stuff happening up and down the Baja coast. And we take you to blackfin sport fishing now. Whoa, nice big bonita, as you can see there. So not only do they have the rockfish, but they've got these big bonita which pull hard and are excellent to eat if you take really good care of them. You have to take care of your catch. Bleed them, ice them, all of that. If you do that, man, I'll tell you, you can have some really good eating fish there with those bonita, and they pull hard. It's good to see those things biting in addition to all the rockfish they catch there at Blackfin Sport Fishing. Great news indeed. And of course, Diego Nuno, we see him catching fish. Arnie Man, we see him catching fish. You can find both those guys on Facebook, Costa Baja Sport Fishing and Arnie Man. There's some good bass fishing going on and lots more. So we'll keep our eyes on all of that for you also. All right, let's talk the coastal areas here because, man, you look out there and it's nice weather. So we're looking forward to a great trip tonight. We're going to go lobster hoop netting out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing on the Real Fun. Should be a fun trip. We're looking forward to that. On the beach, we'll start you down in San Diego out of Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Dolphin Sport Fishing. Our friend John Ho, look at the catch he had. Magnificent job, John. You know, John is a super great guy with a great positive attitude. I love to read his stuff because there's always an air of positivity to everything he says. He seems like a really nice man. I haven't met John yet, but I feel like I have just because of his great attitude. So nice fishing, some good sand bass fishing going on board the Dolphin. Doesn't get any better than that in the winter time, and you add to it sculpin and some other great eating bottom biters. Man, that is fantastico. I gotta love that. Thank you, John, for sharing that. Now, remember, rock fishing is closed there in Southern California until April the 1st, so you're going to have to go south of the border. That's why those Colinet trips are so popular, but there's also trips now during the week where you can go south, like on the Premier. They go down there on a regular basis also, so keep that in mind, my friends. That is your opportunity to catch rockfish. Premier goes Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends they run double half day, and they're fishing sand bass, sculpin, and all of that kind of stuff. So nothing to scoff at there. Now, same thing up here in this neck of the woods. You've got boats like the City of Long Beach. Dave Dodge was just out there the other day picking away at the sand bass, trying to catch sculpin. The Monte Carlo out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. Redondo boats, Marina del Rey boats. Our friend Nick Ramirez has been up there in the Santa Monica Bay on board the Spitfire New Del Mar, and he's been having a great time up there in that neck of the woods. He says he's looking forward to a barracuda bite, but Nick, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. It's kind of cool out there right now for any kind of gar bite to manifest itself. So just hang on, we'll get there sooner or later. So again, we have that kind of a bite going on right now. April 1st, rockfish season opens up. I will tell you right now though, at some point in time here, probably March, maybe before that, I mean, I think you're not even going to be thinking about rockfish. I think there's going to be sea bass, halibut, and probably bluefin tuna. I mean, I hesitate to say it because it still just seems like it doesn't ring true in my head after doing this for 50 years. But I got to get used to the fact that these bluefin tuna are here year round. And man, I'll tell you, we get some good weather, it's going to be off to the races. And I don't think we're going to miss the rockfish on the sport boat. So book up a trip now and have some fun, because it could get going. Weather out toward Catalina Island right now. See Cat back there behind me? Gorgeous, isn't it? Back there, the west end, and especially behind, is nasty right now. It is blowing out there. So we'll probably get a bigger swell in here pretty darn soon. But in terms of here in Surfside, there's no wind at all. After that breezy night last night, it was going to blow itself out, and it looks like more of the same down there around Dana Point, where we'll be this evening lobster fishing. On the coastal region, you're going to get some breeze, but nothing like it is out there. And hopefully that'll blow itself out. Also, looks like a 24-hour blow out toward Cap, and then we'll get back to some decent weather. All right, my friends, remember, you can get that charter list. Please pound on that like button. We love you to do that. If you hit that like button, it means so much to us. Share these videos if you enjoy them. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Friedman Adventures. There's some shorts that are going to run at the end of this, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. There's some fun stuff, and you can catch our shorts all the time on YouTube. Shorts meaning 15, 30-second videos, which cut right to the chase. All right, everybody. Gorgeous morning. I'll go check that rock out and show you what it is, or isn't. It is a rock. I thought it was a sea lion at first. I'm getting old. Can't see that well. All right. I need my coffee. I'm going to go up and get it. Thanks for joining me for the morning briefing. Lots more to come today. Make sure you stay tuned. Thanks again for joining us, and I'll see you really soon, my friends. A sea lion? I must be losing it. That isn't even close to a sea lion. What washed up here? Anyway, there it is. Oh, it's a big old rock. Man, I don't remember this thing anywhere around here. All right, everybody, have a great one. We'll see you soon. Take care. The California sheepshead is a member of the wrasse family, and they are found from Monterey Bay, California, all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. They're hard fighters. They live near kelp and rocky areas, and they provide excellent table fare. Check out those canine teeth. Sharks are ambush predators and loaded up with a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth. Oh! This fisherman was lucky he didn't lose a finger.
Watch out, this thing's trying to bite you, Josh. It's trying to get you.
Happened to look down and saw a small, tiny runway. So we landed on that runway, and there was a shack there. Out came 6 Army guys. They surrounded the plane, and they called someone else. They emptied everything out of the plane that we had. They thought we were drug guys. A taxi to Veracruz, 2 gas cans there in Veracruz, and came back and we filled the plane
Joe
up.
Martinez gets a white sea bass bite going at San Nicolas Island on a Friedman Adventures trip.
Don't mess it up, man. No pressure on me, right?
Another white sea bass hooked by Scott. This one also tangled up in the kelp, but the deckhands on board the Pride get it on board. What a way to celebrate your 15th birthday. First, you get a brand new Daiwa rod, then Jonathan turns it into a white sea bass.